What's up everyone? Welcome back for another video. This is Fluffles from the Tahiti Discord, and today we are doing another raid video, this time Doom 3.4, and this is the Bio Boss node. So you can see I've got my team on the screen here, prepped to go in for the fight. So let's talk about turn order and ISO first. So I have Scarlet, Spider, and Gwen on the edges. I like to keep them on the edges to protect them the most, since they're the most important characters. And then I put Miles in the middle because of his chance to stealth, to shut down any combos that would sort of chain through. In terms of ISO, the team gets a bunch of bonus for crit chance. So I do have Raider on Scarlet, Punk, and Gwen as a result. Striker we have on Miles because he will strip buffs on his ISO bonus attack. And then we have Skirmisher on OG Spider-Man to give him a little boost in the focus so that we make sure that we land his stun. You'll see that's critical here on this boss node when we get to that. The only real point of contention here, I know that it's pretty popular to use Striker on Punk these days. It gives him a triple attack if there's a vulnerable up when he uses his basic. You can use that to clear through a bunch of death proofs, which is really nice, but I have found that's not necessary. Not losing any bio nodes because of something that has anything to do with that, so I prefer to have the crit bonus from the passives, but make your own decisions on that. Okay, so let's move forward in the video and let's get into the fight. So we are loading in here. So first thing that's going to happen is Thanos is going to take his turn. He's going to pick somebody on your team and attack them, and they are going to dodge it because they're going to start with evade up, and whoever that is, that person is going to go first on your team. So the turn order is not super predictable here, so it always happens a little different, but the moves that we're going to use are going to be the same no matter what. So in this case, he attacks Punk. So Punk is going to go first. With Punk, we're going to be saving his ultimate for the next wave, so you'll see I'm not going to use the ultimate. I am going to start off with the special. I'm going to pick someone on an edge, and I'm going to hope that it changed through. So in this case, I pick Corvus. And there we go, and we get lucky and it changed through everyone. I'll have a little bad luck later in this node, but no problem either way. Next up is going to be Miles. Next important part here is that we use the special from Miles. We're going to use it on Silver Surfer. Our priority here is to kill Silver Surfer as fast as we can. So we're rewinding his turn meter with the special. We've got the vulnerable up, so we're trying to clear this defense up. It doesn't work, but we're going to keep going at him for the most of this to try and get him down before he uses his ultimate. Gwen's turn next. We're going to target Phyla and use the special to put the ability block on Phyla. We do that because Phyla, on her turn, will use her special, which clears debuffs, and we don't want her to do that, so the ability block will prevent that. Next up is Scarlet. We want to make sure we have his ultimate up to start, and we're going to target Silver Surfer so that we do the most damage to him. And again, we're trying to clear this buff off of him, and again, we don't do it. Next up is OG Spider-Man, and we're going to pick someone on the end, and we're going to chain through with his special. We're saving his ultimate for the next wave, as is the case with just about all of these characters here, as you've seen so far. Okay, we're going to get the retaliate from Spider-Gwen on her passive to kill Ebony Maw, which is great. Some people mistakenly focus down Ebony Maw thinking that he's the biggest threat, but he's not. Silver Surfer is, so we're just going hard into Silver Surfer with basics at this point. See if we can get him dead before he uses his ultimate. Again, Miles with the double tap, trying to clear the buff. Finally, we get the buff off of him. In theory, that'll help us land some other debuffs, but nothing is sticking. If we were to get lucky, we would land a slow on Surfer, and then when we get back around to Gwen's turn, we'd have a chance at landing the blind, and then when he does his ultimate, it won't matter because you can blind him through his ultimate. Not the case here, a little bit of bad luck. Nothing seems to be sticking on him today, but not a big deal. We do happen to chain into enough other enemies that the next wave drops, but that's okay. We're still going to try and make sure that we deal with Silver Surfer, and now that the next wave is down, the priority is to shut down Icarus. So 9 times out of 10 when I do this, you see there's just a sliver of health left on Surfer here. 9 times out of 10, Surfer will die before he uses his ultimate, or I'll be able to blind him, so it's easy to clean him up and he does no damage. In this case, we had 3 characters with evade, and Gwen dodged, so only one of our characters got hit anyway, and they had death proof, so they're not going to die through the death proofs that they have. So, okay, now it's Gwen's turn, and again, the turn order gets mixed up based on who dodges and who gains speed bar from the passives. Um, but in this case, Gwen goes first, and when it's Gwen's turn on this wave, you want to pick whoever has the most debuffs on them and try and spread those around. Sometimes Miles will go earlier, and we can have a disrupt to spread around. In this case, we've got an offense down, defense down, and speed down, so good enough. We'll spread those around, do a bunch of damage, kill server, and now we are going to start going to work on Icarus here. Very important that we priority down Icarus. We don't want him to get his ult off because that means the end of this node, and then it's going to probably screw up whoever's coming in after you. So follow this strategy, get the one shot, don't screw over your partners. So it's Punk's turn next. We're going to use the ultimate. The ultimate is going to put Trauma up on everybody. This is very important because it's going to put Trauma and Heal Block on Icarus and make sure that when he gets below 40%, he doesn't heal back up with his passive. Even if for some reason it resists, not a big deal. You can still kill him if you just priority into him. But we're focusing him down just to try and avoid that. OG Spider-Man's turn. We save the ultimate for this. We're going to stun Icarus. Very important that we land the stun on him. But again, sometimes you don't land the stun and you can still beat this anyway. Most important part is that we're focusing him down. But you see how easy it is because we're starting to land a lot of these things. And now he's out of there and we don't have to worry about anything else. So it just so happened that the Miles went last because of the way the speed bar worked this time around, so we didn't even get a chance to land the Disrupt on Icarus, but that's okay. We're saving it. We want to target Cull with it so that we can get the Disrupt and the Trauma on him so that he can't get a taunt up. So that's who our target is there to land it. And we kill everybody else with the ultimate, and now we're going to get the final wave. So in this final wave, we've got Cersei and the T'Challa. You want to make sure that you kill these T'Challas first. In this video, you're going to see I go after the Cersei, which is a little bit of a mistake. You'll see how much damage the T'Challa does. But you want to get the T'Challa out first. If it's just the Cersei by herself, she's not that big of a threat. She's not going to kill us solo. But the T'Challa actually has a threat to do a bunch of damage to hurt us. So you see I'm going into the Cersei there. I cleared, smartly I cleared off the offense up on the Corvus to make sure that he doesn't do ridiculous amount of damage. But you see, we mostly dodge the Cersei ult. We've got all the evades anyway, so she's not much of a threat. There's the timer for my Blitz rotation going off in the background there. So Cersei dropped below 40%, so she healed back up, which is part of why. Just get the T'Challa out of the way. You see how low he got the Miles there on the one shot. So it's better to get the T'Challa out of the way first. But it doesn't matter. I mean, at this point, we've got 4 enemies left. Nobody's really that much of a threat. We've got our whole team. It doesn't matter if we lose characters because this is the final bio node, so we can just clean them up mostly with basics here. Super easy. Now, this Corvus is going to get a turn off while he's stealthed like this, and he will end up killing my Scarlet Spider. But again, not a big deal. We don't need him. There's no more nodes for him, so we just clean up easily enough, and that's an easy one shot. Should be able to do this just about every time. It's very rare that you get such bad RNG that you can't just follow the strat and one shot. So feel free to use this strategy moving forward to make sure you get these easy one shots in. Okay, let's switch over to the game real quick and just take a look at the roster that I used to accomplish this. So again, that was Doom 3.4. I do have my whole Web Warrior team up to level 90. I've got them all at gear tier 16. I think this is a pretty worthwhile investment to take your team up this high or close to this high. Makes these nodes a lot more reliable. They're a lot easier to go through, and there really is no other option in bio. So you may as well just follow suit and do something similar to this. Gwen I would recommend taking up to 6 red stars still. Punk I just happened to pull at 6 red. You can stop him and all the rest of the characters here at 5. These were just lucky pulls on Punk and OG Spider-Man. And let's take a look at the tier 4s. All of them on Gwen are very good. All of them on Punk are pretty good. All of them on Scarlet Spider are pretty good with the exception of the ultimate. I did do the ultimate just because I wanted a little bit more damage out of that ult. It makes it a little more reliable killing that Silver Surfer on the boss node there, but again, not that important. This is just like a 60% damage boost, so feel free to skip that one if you want. On Spider-Man, you only need the special and the passive. The basic and the ult are not important. And on Miles, you only need the ultimate. The other 3, not that important at all. You don't need them. Feel free to just skip on them. Okay, So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please check us out on Discord. We are the Tahiti Cluster. We're one of the largest Discord servers for Marvel Strike Force. We've been around for a long time, and we're open to the public. Anyone from any alliance can come in and join. We have discussions about all different game modes all day long with some of the best players in the game. So please check us out if you're interested. Thanks for watching.